Everose here. Today we're switching things up and stepping into the world of Maki Zenin, a character who proves that strength isn't always about cursed energy. Sometimes it's about willpower and discipline. Today will be just a simple breakdown of what makes Maki such a powerful presence in Jujutsu Kaisen. Before we begin, I really want to say thank you all so much for being here with me, and thank you all for supporting the channel. I cannot believe it's been a year this month, on April 6th, where it was my first video I ever posted, which I'll also post on the title card if you guys want to watch. I was extremely nervous, you guys, if you guys watched my first episode, but I'm still getting used to my voice, but I can tell the difference within doing it for a year. And I've been learning a lot about editing and stuff like that, and it's been a lot of fun. There's some times where it can be a little bit of a roller coaster, I ain't gonna lie. But other than that, it's been a really fun time. I love when you guys help me pick out characters when I get stuck on one and I need, just help. Yeah, and if you guys want to follow my socials, they're down in the description below. And yeah, let's get started. Segment 1. Who is she? What defines Maki is her background. She was born into the Zenin clan, but she was labeled as weak because she lacks cursed energy. But she refuses to accept that label. Instead of backing down, she works harder than anyone else to prove them wrong. She's the definition of persistence. So, Maki is this character that's very stoic, very serious, until you kind of learn a little bit of her backstory. And, she was, she has a twin sister, which I will put in the title card because I totally forgot her name. And it's the same, it sounds similar, but I know her sister's name is Zen. But the difference is that her twin sister, if you guys want me to break down a video on her, please let me know. On her twin sister. She was the only one without the cursed energy. So basically, while everyone else can see cursed energy normally with their own eyes, she has to use these special glasses to kind of see the cursed energies, or else without the glasses she can't. But throughout the series, she kind of starts, having a lot of character growth and a lot of, she kind of I don't think in the third season, I don't think she uses her glasses a lot, because, spoilers ahead here, but, she got injured in season 2, and she, I don't remember really seeing her with glasses, and she cut her hair in season 3. But anyway, so her hair, her clan, her parents and all are very rigid, a very rigid family, and so is her sister, her twin sister, because versus her sister, she doesn't like her cursed energy. She wants to live a peaceful, normal life, but due to the fact that Maki is very persistent, she's also the type of person that can't take no for an answer. So basically they exiled her, and she's like, okay, whatever. And now that her twin sister, she didn't want to. She just wanted to continue normal life without having to deal with that. And she was not really as good as her sister Maki. And she really didn't like that. And she had a lot of resentment towards her sister. But Maki didn't care. She knew what her weakness was, but she knew how to take advantage of that, and she's an inspiration for a lot of women, especially women that feel like were told that they weren't enough until they found a purpose, and they didn't stop until that persistent and that purpose became true. Segment 2. Her strength. Maki fights differently from most sorcerers. No cursed energy, just physical strength. incredible weapon skills, and combat instinct, trained to push past human limits. Her fighting style is raw, direct, and intimidating. She doesn't rely on power systems. She becomes the weapon. So I think, spoilers ahead here, I think in season 3 her glasses disintegrated because she got in with a cursed energy that, I think his name was Iago or something. I might be wrong, but he was the one with the lava head, and he burned her, I think. And no, he did burn her, and I think her glasses disintegrated because of that. But she trained really hard, and she kind of uses her side seeing and her weapons instead of just kind of relying on her glasses a lot. And there's this really iconic scene that you'll probably be seeing on your screen right now, where she kind of defeats her Zenin clan because she's really sick and tired of being told that she was weak, and her mother doesn't appreciate her, her father doesn't appreciate her, and I think one of her cousins, I could be wrong, doesn't even appreciate her. I think he was the one with the blonde hair, and he was such a a-hole that I think it was from part of another. I might be wrong, but anyway, so she got tired and she was just like, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm taking you guys all out. I don't care if you guys are family or not. And basically, due to the fact that her father didn't appreciate the both of them because they were women, her twin sister paid the price for that and stuff. And the thing about her twin sister, I know this video isn't really about her sister. Just let me know if you guys want a breakdown on her. Let me put her for maybe episode 46. But anyway, going back to Maki, she really, she kind of feels guilt because she feels like she was the one responsible for her sister's death and what was going on. But, during her sister's final moments, she kind of said to just continue living on, don't be hold back, don't live a normal life if you don't want to live a normal life. Continue being strong, continue being persistent. Segment 3, why she stands out. What makes Maki memorable is her mindset. She refuses limitation. She built her own strength, and she challenges what the Zen clan represents. She's not just fighting enemies, she's fighting expectations. So real quick about Maki and what I really liked about her. I know I've said about Nabara, but I would have to say Maki is like my second. She's my second favorite because she represents. I would have to say Maki has shown, especially for a woman like me, that, don't let your limitations nor your procrastinations, in my personal opinion, since I kind of struggle with that, she kind of been, she inspired me to, be persistent, with my YouTube channel, for example, and she also represents of being yourself, no matter what the limitation is. And just because other people look down on you sometimes doesn't mean that you have to look down on yourself because of it. And what I love about Maki is that she never stops, she doesn't take a crap from anybody, and she says, you know what, if you really think that, I really don't care, you're not, I'm gonna prove you wrong, but I'm proving you that I can do it without your opinion, and that's what I love about her. And I know a lot of women love Maki because she not just represents strength, but she also represents, of a lot of women being told that, just because you're a woman, you can't do certain things, and that's not true. Us women, we can do, we can do things that we perceive and our goal. If we're really goal oriented, we can do whatever we our our mind and our sight tell us, and and our spirit tells us honestly. And like a woman like me, I've always suffered from, struggled with procrastination for almost all my life until, the age that I am now. And, she really, really does represent strength in a woman, especially when you've always been told that you're limited to something. And that's really inspirational, and I love her for that. And I know a lot of women and a lot of people alike can say the same thing about her. Segment 4. Final thoughts. Maki's story is about breaking free from labels and proving yourself on your own terms. Yeah, so real quick, you guys, if you feel like you're being told that you're limited to something, don't let that stop you from becoming who you are, becoming who you see yourself in your future. What, in my personal opinion, if you believe in God, most important, what God tells you to do, and or spiritually, or whatever you believe in, never set yourself, or just because someone puts limits on you doesn't mean you have to put yourself at a limit. Be persistent. Get it over there. No matter how much you feel, do it anyway, because nobody's gonna do it for you. And that's what Maki really teaches us, that just because you're limited to one thing does not mean you're limited to everything. So don't let that stop you from being happy or getting the dream you want, or whatever God sets for you, really. And never let your own thoughts nor your own opinions dictate that about yourself either. Alright, you guys, thank you all so much for watching. I am so excited for episode 45. And also letting you guys know, after episode 45, I will be taking a break for a few weeks, but I'll be back on May 3rd. And, no, not May 3rd, May 4th. And we'll be continuing more episodes, until then. Alright, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I always appreciate you guys always being here. And yeah, if you guys want to watch any of my other episodes, they're in the title card. Alright, guys, love you all. Bye.